Hey, hey, hey. Hey, what's going on? Welcome and welcome back. My name is Durant Cersei. I am a singer, songwriter, producer, performer, actor, if you're nasty. And welcome to the house of the unofficial and sometimes, as you will see here, the unprofessional fragrance and skincare guru, baby. After you watch this video 50 million periodically times, please make sure you subscribe. Make sure you subscribe. And like the video, go on down in the description box after you've left a comment, and there is a link to all my music, proof that I am a singer, songwriter, producer, performer, and I'm also all over the place. Baby, the views and opinions expressed in this video are all mine, my own. If anyone has, any grievances with it, please take that up with the Lord. Okay? Anyway, so I'm going to be just giving some opinions about certain things. But first, I don't think we talked about this on my interview with SKNMUSE. Did I show y'all these? I don't think I did. SKNMUSE has these. Now, I'm not trying to sell anything. No, that's not me. I never talked about this. So this is something that I use with my SKNMUSE body butter, if you have your body butters. And, this is empty. I just, grab it. If you don't want to stick your hands in it and, give the germs, Oh, yeah. Then you do that. They only have 2 of these pink sugars. Now, nobody told me if I should, buy the rest of them. I'm thinking about buying the rest of them since they are limited edition, giving all of the, oh, this smells so freaking good. And you want to know what goes so well with this pink sugar is this juice box fragrance. I did a video on this. I know. I am slowly but surely and fastly falling in love with sisters before misters. This fragrance right here, it's still a strong like for me, okay? But it's very much giving, in a nutshell, luxurious post Fruity Pebbles. That's it for me. I don't get the banana in it. I know that's a banana note. I don't really get the strawberry in it as well, but hey, that's probably where the Fruity Pebbles things come in. But this right here, this fragrance is really nice. I have been wearing it since my first impression and review. This is the only fragrance I've been wearing, but this goes so good with pink sugar. Oh my God. If you wear it with this, you are going to smell so edible, baby. Now, they are having an event on this week, and I don't know if I'm gonna go. I know I said I was gonna go, but I'm just kind of feeling, the fragrance community or the fragrance thing as a whole is just kind of gotten weird to me. Now, first of all, I want to say this. Fragrance is supposed to be fun. Fun. I really enjoy. I come on here to talk about fragrances. Of course, I was inspired by certain people, but I didn't do it because, I want to do what Sharita or whoever's doing and be as popular as them. No, I love fragrance. Although inspired, I did it because I started talking about fragrances because that's really what I love. And so I hope it comes across that way as well. Now I have a few problems, and this is what kind of makes it weird to me, and it's just me, and it's getting to the point where I will probably be veering off of fragrance, not wholly off fragrance content. Like say for instance, if I do a music video or whatever, there will be fragrance added in there. Of course, I'll come in here when I feel the spirit move me, with fragrance, but I'm more of a creative person, and we don't know. I'm just like the whole fragrance thing where people top 10, fragrances for life, top 5, clean fragrances. Like, girl, how many of these can we do? Like, it's getting kind of like redundant, and then on top of it, people are broke. Now, not me, because I am pretty rich. I don't use the word broke when it involves myself. I am pretty rich. Okay, so that means I am on my way, working my way to becoming a millionaire. Now, basically, in a nutshell, really, it does mean that I'm broke. But I don't like to say that word, okay? Now, speaking of broke, now, I mean, not speaking of broke, but speaking of cheap, broke, whatever you want to call it, there is a huge battle online going on in regard to dupes, inspired version of fragrances. There's like a whole fight, I don't do dupes. And then there's the people that are like, oh, I do it because I like the vibes. Then there are those people like, I ain't got no money for no $300 fragrance, Then there are people who have a little bit of both. Now, I am all about a nasty piece of dupe. And my thing is, if I could afford to have every single original fragrance, I would have them. Like, if I could afford to have all the Valayas, I would choose a Valaya rather than choosing a dupe. I mean, that's how I feel. If I could afford to have all the originals, I would have the originals. Yes, I would. Now, granted, there are some fragrances that are inspired that smell good. Now, I don't know if I've ever smelled a dupe or inspired version that smells better than the original. That's a whole nother story. I don't know. I don't remember if I do. I don't know. But I just feel like as a fragrance content creator, we should not be policing what other people want to wear. So if I don't want to wear a dupe, okay, well, keep your mouth closed about people who want to wear dupes. I mean, if you don't want to wear dupes, shut up. You don't want to wear them. So when the dupe conversation happens, you have nothing to say. And, I know they want to add their 2 cents because some of these people, some of these creators, they're very much like, I don't do dupes. It's all about the quality for me. And the dupes, they're plasticky and, they're not real and, they're gimmicky, they give all that. But they don't tell you, even though they may buy a few of those fragrances because they are getting more sponsorships and some of them are married, so they do have a little extra money. So, they have 2 incomes. And a lot of them have, they have access to the brands. So you have access to the real deal. So of course you're going to say, I am more in tune with, I just want to, do the real fragrances. That's easy to say for you because you have access to most of these brands and, they send it to you for free. And then you do get money because some of those brands are paying you a lot of money. And then, you have a little leg room because you are not single. And so for somebody like that, it's like, why you shouldn't have any commentary when it comes to dupes. You don't like dupes? Okay, shut up. You can't police people content creators. You can't police people who prefer to wear dupes. It's not your place. Of course, Kayali, if Kayali has a problem, that's understandable. They're creators. You're not a creator. You're a content creator, but you didn't create the fragrance. So of course, Mason Francis Cox-DeJong, he has an issue with dupes because he created a fragrance that is getting copied. You didn't create a fragrance that gets copied. You have access to these brands. It's kind of a totally different thing. He's the creator. You just do content. Okay? So I just don't understand why there's this big police for people who prefer dupes. There shouldn't even be an argument. Like, you like dupes, and I don't do dupes because dupes is this, all this unnecessary talk. There should not even be a conversation with anybody who prefers dupes if you're somebody that doesn't prefer dupes. And content creators kind of overstep their boundaries with a lot of people that watch them by saying, and then you just don't read the room as well, because a lot of people get dupes because they simply just cannot afford it, but they want to smell good. It's like, why are we doing so? It's like it becomes too much for me. So that's where some of the fun kind of gets taken out of it. There's this snobbishness. That's another part of it. There's the dupes and the non-dupes argument, but then there's the snobbish part of, You know, I don't do those type of fragrances. You know, I just like a niche fragrance. I don't like designer because designer smells. She's like, girl, shut up. Whatever you like, we don't care. Just talk about it. We don't care about. I prefer niche because niche is so much better than designers. Like we are on a high horse, as if we got Beyonce money. We got Jay-Z money. It's like, please. Please, please, please. And that's another part of what makes this not so fun. And I try not to get into this, but I'm watching. You know, I don't have an issue with niche fragrances. I don't have a problem with you know, inspired versions, of course, because I talk about it here. But ain't nobody, niche or whoever, whatever side you want, ain't nobody finna tell me what I'm gonna wear. Ain't nobody. If I want to wear a spray of water and glue, ain't nobody finna tell me. Well, you can suggest, say, why don't you try, but ain't nobody gonna say, why are you wearing, do you need to stop wearing dupes? You need to buy me what you want me to wear. Okay? So if you see me with a Valaya dupe, don't say nothing to me. Don't tell me. What you need to do is pull out the real deal Valaya Duran. You know, you don't need to. Let me give you the real. That's how you approach that. You don't tell me what without giving me a solution. You best to have a real Valaya in your hand before you tell me not to. Okay, and that's how we all should approach it. Like, if I prefer niche, why do I have to make an announcement about it? You know, it kind of, you're not reading the room. It's like you have to be aware of, there are people who can afford expensive brands, but there are also people that watch you that can't. And you have to know your audience. And we all have an audience of people who are on both sides of the spectrum. I think. Anyways, now let's talk about the brands. The brands. When I say brands, I am including Black-owned fragrance brand as well. Now, oh my goodness. What was that? Is somebody blowing a horn in here? I know you ain't blowing no damn horn outside. That is the ghettoest. Somebody's outside blowing. Now, if that sounded weird, that was not me losing my manners. That was somebody. That was like, that was outside. That was outside. Okay. Anyways, the brands. Now, I understand when you are a brand, you want your fragrance to be in front of the hugest crowds. But can we be just a little honest and real and truth? And I'm going to tell some of my truth. And it may sound like a little whiny baby. And if it does, Jimmy crack corn. And I don't care. Okay? Now, I understand you want to get your brands in front of a lot more people. So, of course, you're going to gift your expensive fragrances to the people who have all of these followers, and that's a smart move. However, a brand has to be a little bit smarter when it comes to that, because for me, of course I don't have $1 million brand, so who am I to talk and say anything? But I'm going to say it because I can. To me, it would mean more to me to somebody who may have 2,000 or 3,000 subscribers, followers, and was passionate about my brand, rather than somebody who has 100,000 who is not passionate about my brand. But a lot of the brands are going for the 100,000 who are not passionate about their brand, and they're gifting them the fragrances, and they're paying most of them. And then when it comes to the smaller creators, we smaller creators kind of get left out in the dust. Now, it's not like, oh, I'm not getting anything. I'm not getting free fragrances. It's kind of not like that, but it kind of is, because let me tell you something. Because just an example, and this is us. This is us. Can I just express myself, please? Can I please express? Now, when it comes to SKNMUSE, this channel right here, I can't give like the exact numbers or anything, but I'm gonna just tell you, this small community here, we purchased us a good chunk of SKNMUSE products, with me having, the amount of subscribers. So shout out to y'all, and shout out to SKNMUSE, because baby, we are, and it's because I'm passionate about the brand. I really love the stuff, and I've been a fan of the brand since 2020. So it's not like I jumped on a bandwagon. So it's kind of like, hopefully you can see the passion, because it was there before I became an ambassador. Anyways, but this is no shade. There's people who have maybe 100,000 subscribers. They couldn't do the same as I did with SKNMUSE. They could not. Now, of course, maybe they could. You know, maybe a Peyton Charles could come on and be like, this is good and it'll sell out. Of course. But most of them cannot. They can't. They can't. But, you know, knowing that, the brand still will overlook me. And that's where the problem is. And it's been brands on here that I have talked about. There's been brands that I have used as my signature scent for shows, that I have talked about and raved about. And to get, you know, overlooked when it comes to even just simple as PR, it's just kind of weird, you know, because whatever brand I talk about and rave about, it's not because, oh, I want your attention. It's because I really like the brand. I don't come on here talking about brands I don't like. I don't. And if you've followed the channel for a while, with Harlem Perfume Co., when you saw you saw how I wore these out. I wore these out, and you know, I got my other ones here. It wasn't, it's just something that I have enjoyed. But, you know, brands will see that, or they may not, and they still will overlook someone like me who is showing that passion for the brand with a little following. And, you know, there have been people here, some of y'all, shout out to y'all, who have said y'all have purchased Harlem Perfume Co. because of me. But it gets weird when that's going on and the brand is still overlooking you. And I don't want it to sound like, oh, I'm a brat. Well, I really am, because I'm a Leo and I will accept, you know, that. But it's just weird. And I and the thing is, I don't walk around like, oh, I want to get the attention of them. But then when, you know, you see things happening, it's just like, wow, that's kind of interesting. That's interesting. You know, one brand I want to work with, Henry Rose. At least I know they you know, they probably just don't do too many black people with their brand. So I understand that. I understand that. But it's just weird. Like, it's like, I talked about this brand, I raved about this brand, and some people say they bought, you know, certain brands that I've talked about. Certain people said they purchased things because of me, and y'all wouldn't even like my video. Like, We the People. You remember that honey fragrance that we were talking about? A lot of people said they bought that from here, and then she even got on there and said, you know, hey, you know, I've sold this more of these than, I'm not saying that was our people. I'm not saying that was us, but that did happen after I I'm not saying it was us. But do you think, like, and it's just simple as, you don't like the video, but it's fragrance brands like Juice Box. When I talk about theirs, they're sharing my YouTube video link and all that stuff. It's just weird. It's just weird. And you're not, and no shade, it's like the brand, you're not as big as that brand, but y'all just overlook the smaller creators, and it's weird. It's just so weird. And that's all to say. I really ain't got no point of this. It's just really to say that, you know, I don't know how I feel about this fragrance thing. And although I love fragrances, I'm going to continue to talk about fragrances. I'm just going to kind of back off a little bit, you know, and really just not focus on just talking about what's new or what's coming out, and just really just hone in on what I love. And when it's something that I'm really into or passionate about, then I'll get really into that. But all this other stuff, I'm not cool with it. I'm not cool with it. And then some of these So yeah, I may not be going to any fragrance events. I'm not feeling it right now. I ain't feeling it. I love fragrances, but I'm not feeling all the overall, BS of it all. So I don't want to make it seem like I'm trying to be a part of this community. I'm Durant all by myself. I write songs, I create music. I done wrote a whole damn script that I'm just waiting on some cash. That's why I'm going to work. I'm finna fund this thing myself because Jimmy Crack Corn, I ain't finna be up on nobody's, unless it's, if you are, if you're a part of the shy, unless it's that person, unless it's that person, I ain't trying to be on nobody's. But anyways, yeah, we wish everybody the best. Oh, let me share a little few things before I get out of here. Yeah, it's just weird. And they just be online arguing about dumb stuff, going back and forth. Like, why can't y'all just do y'all own thing and shut the up? Just shut the fuck up. No shade. Shut the fuck up. Why are you worried about what somebody else's content is? Why are you worried that people buy decants? It's like all these worries. Why are you worried people buy inspired fragrance oils? Why are you worried that I don't like this fragrance brand and you do? It's like, that's another thing. Like, if you don't like a brand or if you don't like a fragrance other people like, you get attacked for, like, girl, y'all need to calm down. It's not that serious. But anyways, I want to talk about some things I got in my PR box for SKNMUSE. Now, nobody told me, this is why I am not a journalist, okay? But Mrs. Esme Price, she had said in the video when I rewatched it, yes, I watched it again, whatever, I like my own interview. It was just some things I looked at and I'm trying to learn not to do next time. But one thing she said something about this shimmer body oil and I did not follow up with anything. I'm like, what was wrong with me? So I'm learning. I'm going to be listening more. And hopefully I'll talk to her again and, some other people. And I'm going to be listening more so I'll know to follow up. But baby, I have not even opened this. This is the Divine Shimmer Oil. These are supposed to be on pre-order June 18th. From what I believe, I heard. Baby, now you probably won't get it shipped to you till about July 4th. Or July 5th, one of them days. I think they come back July 1st. Don't quote me on that. But the 1st of July. It'll say it on the website. I mean, SKNMUSE.com/Durant. Always /Durant. But I think this is going to be on pre-order June 18th, which is what today? I don't know what today is. Anyways, but this is a shimmer one. So if you have the Divine Egyptian honey, it's the Divine oil, but it's it's the Egyptian honey, scent. They are coming out with a shimmer one. I have not opened this again. Oh my gosh, should we try it on? Even though I just put on who cares? Jimmy Grant. Oh my God. Look at this. Oh, yes. Ooh. So, this is so cool. Let's see what, I'm going to do it here. Let's see what the scent is giving. Because I put, Now, I'm going to do a review on it. I'm going to wear it and do a review on it so I can really, go in the sun and figure out what it's giving. But, look at that. Oh, it smells just like it. What y'all do? What did y'all do to it? Oh my God. Oh my God. It smells like it smells like the honey, but I have I actually have on sparkling sugar right now, the body oil, and I have this juice box fragrance on. So it's not going to smell exactly like it, but I can smell the Egyptian honey. Oh, I just can't wait to go. Oh my God, look how that looks. Oh my goodness. And it's not greasy. Oh my God. Baby. Somebody tell J. Earl III. It's your time. That's my boo. That's my boo. Ooh, that is so, baby. It's gonna be sexy in the sunlight. Make sure you put on your sunscreen, okay? Then you put this on. Get your life. That looks good. I want to go outside. I'm gonna do a review on it, and I'll probably I think I'm gonna do a vlog when I do, if I decide to go to that event, which I don't think I will. Yes. So, ooh, that's sexy. Shout out to SKNMUSE, baby. That is so nice. And it's just like, what is this? Oh, my bad. They gave me this. I supposed to put it in with this. Oh, look at this. Look at it is the branding for me. So I'm supposed to shine. Ooh, yeah. Ooh. I'm gonna get my life. I'm gonna get my life. Hey, I'm gonna get my. And, ooh, they got new branding here. Oh my God. Hopefully this one is not gonna fade like I did the last one. But this is the Mirage perfume oil. Baby, please tell me y'all can use my code Durant, because you need to get this. Oh, I don't have the notes on here. They still didn't give me no notes. Maybe it'll say it on the website. Okay, so here we go. It says the part of my eyes. Sorry, I can read. It's just my eyes. It's little, okay? I don't have my readers. I'm sorry. I don't have my readers. Do I have my readers? Whatever. The perfume oil is gentle escape, bright at first. Oh, come on. This perfume oil is a gentle escape, bright at first breath. Oh. Then warm and endlessly inviting mirage opens with soft jasmine and sunlit bergamot, drifting into a lush heart of ripe peach, plum, and golden caramel. Ooh! As it settles, notes of musk, sandalwood, and amber wrap the skin in a quiet depth and lasting warmth. For the one who moves like a daydream, impossible to pin down. Now, I can be pinned down, okay? I can be pinned down, and I'm very faithful and loyal to my boo, okay? Well, I don't have a boo. I'm just saying, if I had one that I was in love with, baby, he is loyal, because this body, I do not know. I have a doctor, and I don't want to go. I don't want to be embarrassed, you know. So I love my temple. Okay. Anyways, pinned down, unforgettable in the wake. Each drop unveils a new layer, blurring the line between sweetness and mystery. Sweetness and mystery. I don't know why I thought this was a marshmallow, but baby, this is sexy. Again, if you like love, don't be shy. Doesn't smell like it, but if you like that, and if you like I Don't Need a Princess by Killing, it's kind of giving that family. So if you like those, you'll guarantee to love this. It's not inspired by either one of them, but it's just kind of giving that same, you know, kind of vibe. But this right here, this is so mysterious. It's such a SKNMUSE. Didn't I tell? Is that what I told y'all on this thing? Didn't I say mystery? Didn't I tell y'all when I said I wanted this name? Did I? Okay, you know, hey, whatever, baby. Perfume. I think these are on pre-sale on the 18th. I wasn't really planning to do this. It was just sitting here, so I was like, oh, let me do it. Okay, baby. This is nice. Now, come get into this. Get into this. Oh my God, it looks so sexy, don't it? I need to do a review on this. I'll come back and do a review on all my SKNMUSE products again. I need to see if it's transferring. I need to see what it looks like in the sun. So I'll be back to let you know, baby. But ooh, yes. Anyway, so let me get on out of here. I don't know if I posted a video. I was rambling a little bit. Just a little bit. But anyways, I'll holler at y'all. Please take care of yourself and those around you only as best as you can. All right, I'll holler at y'all on the next one. See you later.